illegal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag.
What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. We got to talk about Megan Thee Stallion, man. She's had a very eventful couple of weeks. You know, just last week they went through the Tory Lanez trial. He ended up being found guilty on all charges. Ain't nothing to talk about there. Y'all already know what it is. Now that we're in a new week, Megan Thee Stallion just won an early round in the trial against 1501 Certified. She's also been embroiled in a legal battle with them for the last 2 years as well. So let's get into all the details. She has not won this case, but it's starting to move in her favor already. So a Texas judge just sided with Megan when he denied that the Houston label's request for her 2021 album, Something for the Hotties, be declared something less than an actual album. For those of y'all that have been following this case, y'all already know that 1501 tried to say that because she had a lot of freestyles and skits that had already might have been heard in the past and things that didn't constitute as full songs, they wanted to try to elongate her contract and make her proceed to put out more music to fulfill said contract. The Harris County judge rejected that, okay? Which will allow her $1 million lawsuit against 1501 to continue to be put in motion. In her paperwork, Megan argues that the freestyles and skits that were used on the project don't count as previously released material because although some of them might have been heard on YouTube, they were never released in a commercial fashion where people could actually go get it publicly or pay for it, which technically made them brand new releases. The paperwork also states that if there was any ambiguity around the term previously unreleased, it should be reserved as a question of fact for the jury. Basically, they should be letting the court decide what that should and should not mean. Not only that, but she also says that once 300 Entertainment came into the fold back in 2018, she's been working fully with them to manufacture, distribute, sell, transmit, and otherwise exploit her albums, okay? So she's basically saying that the real company that's over her music is 300 Entertainment, not 1501. And the reason for that is because 1501 is distributed by 300 Entertainment. So she's technically signed to 1501, but 1501 even has to answer to 300. So she's been circumventing that system and going straight to them. She also says that 300 Entertainment has been keeping 1501 certified up to date with everything that she had going on musically up until Something for the Hotties was released, even saying that she sent them a link at least 3 days before the project hit the net for sale and for consumption, and they didn't have any objections until 2 months later. So in the event that Something for the Hotties be constituted as an album along with Traumazine that came out earlier this year, she would have fully fulfilled all of her obligations with 1501 certified and should be allowed the opportunity to leave. Not only the opportunity to leave, but she would be a free agent at this very moment and she should be fielding offers from other labels. And again, because of the inconvenience that they've been putting her through for the last 2 years, she wants $1 million in damages. Megan's relationship with 1501 began to sour in September of 2019. For those of y'all that may not know the full story, when she went to Roc Nation as her management team outside of 1501. In which case, Roc Nation pointed out that her contract was not keeping up with the current industry standards. She thought that she had a 50-50 split contract with them. They pointed out that the label was getting a 60-40 cut, which isn't terrible, but you know, if you have a new management team that's like, yo, you should be getting more, you're going to try to pursue that. They also pointed out that the label was taking a 30% cut on her touring and merchandising profits. A direct quote from Megan says, "When I got with Roc Nation, I got management, and real lawyers. They were like, do you know that this is in your contract?" And she was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. No, I didn't know. So she didn't have any understanding of what she signed, which is basically her fault. However, when you have more firepower behind you, they're going to work 10 times harder to make sure that you're taken care of. And that's the responsibility of your manager, which is why being signed to a label like 1501 is always a rough practice for independent artists, because you're going in there and you're basically allowing the label to be both your management and your label. But what happens when you want to secure actual management? Because in the real industry, let's say you and your manager are working, y'all are both independent, y'all don't have no deal in place, but y'all are just splitting the monies. They taking 20% of whatever you're making. You get signed to Def Jam. Your manager is going to be the buffer between you and Def Jam. Your manager would be the person that's going head to head with the executives at Def Jam to make sure that they're paying you correctly, that they're giving you the right contract. You're taking the paperwork to your lawyers. You're sorting out what stands out to you, things that are bad, things that you want changed and amended. And then you go back to the label like, these are the changes that we expect. Right? But if your record company is both the label and the manager, you don't have anybody fighting for you except yourself. And if you don't know any better of what's going on, then you can't even fight for yourself because you don't know what to fight for. You're just going along with everything like it's all sweet. Now, Megan did win a restraining order in 2020, and she reached a settlement with 1501 back in March of 2021 that amended portions of her contract, but they still haven't been able to completely fix that relationship over this 2-year period. And the reason that she's suing them for $1 million in damages is because Megan is claiming that 1501 has been withholding her portion of her royalties from the music that she's put out since she joined Roc Nation for the last 2 years. In that time period, she's dropped, 3 or 4 projects? She released the Sugar EP in March of 2020, which was in the height of their battle. She released Good News in November of 2020, the exact same year, 2 projects in 1 year. She followed up with Something for the Hotties in October of 2021. And like I said, earlier this year in August, she released Traumazine. That's 4 projects. Not to mention the project, the Tina Snow thing that came out before that. So she's released at least 5 projects with 1501. Most record contracts in today's times are in the 3 to 5 album territory. They've made plenty of money off of her, especially if they're getting 60% of her royalties, 30% of her touring money and merch, which of course, she's probably been pocketing that tour money ever since. Not to mention the merch, because it's like, y'all gonna withhold my royalties, I'm gonna withhold my merch and stuff because I'm out here putting this stuff together. Me and my team are investing in this while y'all are not doing anything. So no, you're not going to get your cut of the touring and merch. I'm heavily pro artist, so I'm going to have to side with Megan Thee Stallion on this. I'm not siding with her because I like and love her so much. I'm just pro artist. In these situations, 1501 would not be where they are today if Megan Thee Stallion wasn't their flagship artist. They tried to put out Erica Banks. They tried to put out a couple other folks. Nobody else is cutting the mustard in the same way that she is. Like Jay-Z said, if you made Hove, make another Hove. So clearly it's not the company that did all of this. The public chose her. They've been riding with her ever since. There's people that are trying to turn on her in the midst of everything that she has going on in terms of legal. But people are fickle, man. At the end of the day, it should be about the music. And with the music, she's fulfilled the obligations of her contract. She needs to be let loose. She needs to be paid that $1 million in damages because they've been withholding her royalties. Wash your hands of it. There's no point in having an artist sign to your company that doesn't want to be there. You're going to have a contentious relationship. You're never going to get on the same page. You might as well cut ties and go build something else. Wait, there's nothing to build, huh? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know what side that you're taking in this situation. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, hey man, go ahead and hit that subscribe, hit that post notification bell for all updates. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're an artist, musician, manager, anything like that, be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to be talking about things like this all the time. I got a course on the way called Indie Excel, which is going to be teaching y'all how to monetize your craft as an artist, as independents, you know what I'm saying, without the help of labels. A lot of different ways to get your royalties, get your music and TV and film, how to get your first shows, how to book your own shows. All of those things are going to be in the Indie Excel program. So make sure that y'all stay tuned for that at the top of the year. And I'm going to catch you guys later. All right. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.